1 minute, sir. Let me start the recording. Yes.
So, Namaskar, Masters. Thanks for joining to make this a group session, whether directly or indirectly through YouTube or recording. And we have been talking about soul plan. We pretty much finished that topic in terms of different, you can say, elements of soul plan, practicalities, some practical examples, how to do, how to identify. So in the same thing, today, we are not talking about soul grounding or earthing. This is something which is related to Panchbhuta, earth element of Panchbhuta. We are all made up of 5 elements. And the reason we will be talking about this, because in the last couple of sessions, we had either masters coming and sharing the experience related to child having autism, or through soul plan, we saw that how we can analyze. And there is something which is related to that topic. So something related to my latest experiment that I'm doing these days. So I wanted to share that with you. So I'll share my screen and let's get that discussion going. And as always, Masters, please feel free to share your experience, take participation when we come to whether Q&A or in general, the discussion. So we'll start with talking about Panchbhutas. And in Panchbhuta, we know there are, as per Ayurveda, there are 5 elements: air, sun, water, earth, space. We are made up of these 5 elements. Doesn't matter what. In this incarnation, we are made up of these elements, and at the end of the incarnation, we get back to these 5 elements. Now, what's the importance of each element? So air, of course, air is all around us. Air is something which we know that, again, it's commonly felt. So we feel it because when we breathe, it's very natural that 24/7 we are breathing, we can feel the air movement, our breath, and especially when in meditation, we are observing our breath. So this is very easily that we are connected with. Sun, yes, you may have heard about sunbathing or sun gazing, and of course, when you go out, depending on where you live, you may have different exposure, depending on, like, suppose you are in India, lots of sunshine throughout the year. North America, very restricted. Water, again, whether you love swimming or not, but certainly taking shower. We do see rain, different elements for different phases, like whether it is snow, hail, whether you go through different, like whether it's lake, sea, river, we come in contact. Space, as we go out, we say, if possible, do meditation under the sky. Directly, you may not feel it, but you interact with it, because that's our interaction with the universe. And Earth is where this topic will be for today. And Earth is something which is, I mean, you see outside, you will see a part of it. But depending on where you live, your interaction with Earth has reduced drastically. Even say half an hour, 10 minutes, 1 hour in a day, we do go out and get some fresh air. Once you're out, there is a probability that, okay, you'll be getting some sunlight directly, you are under the sky. But most of the time we are wearing shoes. We are wearing some, whether sandals, chappals, whatever it is, something which is insulated. That means we are not coming in direct contact with earth. What used to be a very natural thing in our, you can say, day life, in our lifestyle, has changed over last 100, or you can say a little more than 100 years or so. That means there is constant drifting. That means we are going away from earth slowly and steadily. In the name of science, advancement, and whatnot, we hardly get in touch with Mother Earth. We used to do gardening. Now, most of the time now, people do gardening, you will see wearing gloves and then doing it in the name of, especially now the COVID time, everybody's kind of worried about all kind of viruses and all other kind of infection and washing hands so many times. So wearing gloves all the time. So even if you're doing gardening, planting, those kind of things, you're not coming in touch with Mother Earth. It used to be very common. People used to walk barefoot, whether in garden, whether in your own home, if you have a lawn. Now, because of high rises, apartment kind of lifestyle, very difficult. You don't get that opportunity where you can walk. So this is one of the fundamental things, that what is so basic, we are made up of these elements, and now we have gone away from these elements. Some more than the other. Earth, certainly very big element, and we'll see why. So whether we say grounding, earthing, same thing. It's referring to that, are we physically in contact with earth or not? What does it mean? If you're wearing shoes, you are not in direct contact. That means our skin is not touching earth. So you're walking, you're running, you're jogging, absolutely fantastic. But if it is all wearing shoes, you're not in touch. Now, why it is so important? We capture charge, our body captures charge, right, as day-to-day basis, our lifestyle and all. And we get a lot of positive charge. When we come in touch, in contact with earth, we take the negative charge from the earth, it neutralizes it, it balances our body. But because we are not coming in contact, we end up staying with that charge on our body every day. Now, when the body gets balanced, what's the benefit? Number one is inflammation. It reduces. Pain, again, coming a lot from inflammation. In fact, inflammation is one of the most important root cause for our different kind of illnesses, diseases that we go through, whether chronic or otherwise. Talk of pain, stress, whether we are talking of the blood related, the flow, the BP, and all kind of things, your energy, your sleep. So you can say your whole well-being is impacted if this balance is not balanced, or if you're out of balance. Animals, they are in nature. There is no question of any issues or this thing. They remain in the optimum level. But it's our lifestyle that we have created this big issue in our lifestyle. So walking barefoot on grass, it seems so simple and it is so powerful. You will be surprised what kind of your physical, mental, emotional issues that's in the body can be fixed just by walking barefoot on grass. We have acupuncture points in our feet. So that's why when you're walking, it's constantly working for you. So what it does for us is really remarkable, because this is the natural energy. It is not artificial. It is the nature. It helps us to ground. It clears our mind, all the negativity that we are trying through meditation. So it is helping you there. And then all kinds of what we were talking about, the diseases previously, the whole balance between the left side, the right side, the charge that we were talking about, that means it is helping the body to function the way it is supposed to be. Now, our body is nothing, or soul, when we say, is nothing but just bundle of energy. So you can imagine the balancing of this energy is why so much important. If you're interested, I highly recommend go through this book, Earthing. Great source of scientific, documented literature, where you will see the scientific evidence, the scanning, the details, that it's not just somebody says or you believe it. You can go through that. Different research has shown how the inflammation changes. And this change happens from hours to just days, sometimes weeks. It could take a month, but the process starts immediately. Different people may get results in different time, but it is one of the things that you can start seeing results very quickly. Sometimes you say, hey, reading is not my cup of tea. Okay, you can go on YouTube and watch this movie, the Earthing movie, The Remarkable Science of Grounding. And you will see the testimonials, you will see the entire experiments and different things. And it is not a coincidence that, the sole of the feet, your foot is covered by, say, 13,000 nerves ending per square inch. Why such a high number there? There's a reason for it. We draw energy from the ground, free electrons, and that's how you get the balancing. And one of the things you get immediate relief is inflammation. And inflammation, most of us have, which we don't realize or don't recognize, or we don't know the impact of it. And all this you get instantly, free. All you have to do is make slight change in your lifestyle. So if you look overall, that what's the benefit, say, whether 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever, depending on your lifestyle, you can include in your life. So it will impact your mood swings. It will impact on your skin, stress, your mental well-being, respiration, your heart, the blood flow, from muscles to digestion, from reproductive systems to all kinds of injuries when you need the immune system to be strongest. From bones to different joints, sometimes you get through some accident or some injury, and then we say sometime, hey, in winter time, the pain comes back. Inflammation again. Chronic diseases, whether you have arthritis or whether you have any cyst thing, this whole energy imbalance, one of the simplest thing which can give you benefit in all this area is walking barefoot on the grass. If you're going to the park, just take your shoes off. Different masters have represented this differently, from Deepak Chopra, talking about this biological clocks, which is bringing this whole harmony with the universe. It is fundamental. It is something which is in our hand. And if we go through the research part, there are different literature, different experiments, different research papers which are published, showing the effect of grounding. And as we mentioned before, because the relief or the advantage or the benefit you see across all the systems. So there are lots of testimonial of all kind of issues that people had and how they got great benefit in that situation. So the redness, what you see here, which is inflammation, is what they are showing before and after. And we'll talk about that. And the after is after 4 nights sleeping on grounded mat. So it's a mat you just put on your bed, and we'll show you how it works. And this is what I'm experimenting now. I have purchased this. So this is something that not so difficult to really include in your lifestyle. And what we can see, like example, you see this mat here. So this is what I have started experimenting on myself, because again, in North America, it's so hot. Nowadays, temperature is better, but otherwise, more than half a year, you can't go and walk on the grass because of winter, snow, and whatnot. So you see this cable here, which is basically connected to the mat over here. Or if you have it on the bed, same thing, it is connected. And this goes to the ground. That means in your wall outlet, there are 3 pins. So the middle one, which is grounding or earthing, we call it, that's where it goes. And through your grounding of the house, it goes to the earth. That's how you get connected directly. So while you're working, like even now, like if I'm sitting, I have my feet on this mat. Different size, you can get a bigger or smaller depending on the working. And you can get under your laptop, because if you are working a lot of hours, for example. So there are different shape and sizes that you can buy. Now, how does it work? Because it is the material which is conductive, you are connected to the ground, and now you have to be bare feet on this mat. Again, don't wear socks or shoes. And because you're inside, you can be bare feet easily. Now, this gives you an opportunity that, okay, if I cannot go out, I cannot walk. Sometimes people are, having some physical challenges, they cannot walk or something, but if they are lying down on the bed, they can still use this as a mat. They can use it under the, like you see here under the laptop, under the feet where you are sitting. So there are different, like we saw the relief they got in the inflammation. Also, they researched and they saw what happens in the blood. So before and after grounding, which is just after 2 years, they saw the changes. The red blood cell, they were repelling each other. So what it does is the viscosity goes down. When viscosity goes down, it's easier for heart to pump the blood. And that's how it improves your heart circulation and not the whole cardiovascular system. Such a simple mechanism with nature. So you're not trying to do something which has unknown side effects or things like those. There are different experiments. One of them was done on the babies, the newborn babies, infants, and they tried to see that, okay, what kind of differences we can see if we use grounding on them. They checked the heart rate variability, they checked the wiggle tone, and they saw that, okay, the skin voltage is dropping, how it is changing, and they saw dramatic improvement, which is a published result. So it's not something, just someone saying it, it's all proven scientifically. Now, there are different things, different way you can see, but one thing certainly I would like to add here, which is one of the main reason for adding this topic. If you go through this book, there are 2 testimonials or 2 real case that they are mentioned in there, and both are about autistic kids. One was 3 years old girl and other one was a teenager. And if you go through that video on the YouTube that I was referring to, you will see there is another case of a school that they have referred there. So what they did, they used this mat, such a simple thing. And what it does is it calms the person down. So anyone who has psychological issue, any kind of mental, psychosomatic, whatever these kind of, issues you have, it calms that child or that person. So these two children that we are talking about, 3 years and the teenager, and the way it helped in there is, in one case, the child couldn't sleep. So when you are lack of sleeps, you are not sleeping in the night, in the daytime, you are hyperactive, and then obviously the parents, and then it induces in the family. Using this mat, the grounding mat, that particular child, he started sleeping very well. He would sleep the regular hours of the night, rather than waking up half the night. And that calmed the child down. That brought the anxiety and everything down in him. And also, of course, it helps the parents, but most importantly, him. And parents were positively surprised. Within a couple of months, they could see how much it has helped in the schooling. Before, there was a dedicated teacher for this child in the school. Now, no need, because this child calmed down. It improves interaction with the other kids. It improved interaction in general, because it has balanced you naturally. So this is one thing, masters. That's why I just wanted to brought it up. Any kind of this situation, this is very simple thing, because again, this is not like allopathy medicine that you have to think twice kind of thing. And go through the literature, read it, video, and one day you can go and analyze for yourself, find it out. You can talk to the company. And once in a couple of weeks, I have my own results right now. I've just started using it. So I cannot give you the difference it has done for me, but certainly I'm doing it with respect to my BioWell analysis. So I've started comparing and seeing how does, it changes. But certainly going through this technical papers, going through this whole literature, one thing is there that it is beyond any doubt that it makes sense. The logic makes sense. The research makes sense. And this is something so simple. It's a matter of being aware. So that's why I wanted to share with you such a simple solution. And it can give relief in so many things, whether you have back pain, whether you're bedridden, whether you have, kids with anxiety and this kind of situation. This is something that you may look into and decide for yourself. So that is for today, masters. Back to you, Ashokji. And if anyone has any question, please feel free to ask. Or if you have any experience in this particular kind of grounding or mat usage, please share it.
Thank you, Gaurav sir. Thank you very much. Masters, if anyone wants to ask a question, yeah, please raise your hand and we can go from there. Namaskaram, Parameshwaran sir.
Namaskar, sir.
Yeah, namaste, both of you. Very happy to see you again and again.
Same here, sir.
Yeah, and regarding grounding, it's a good thing I saw here. I can definitely help my wife and other people, friends around with your new technology which you are telling. As far as I am concerned, I've been experimenting real grounding and I am benefited out of that. I walk on the sand, I walk on the grass, and normal, even with the stones, such pebbles are there, which I keep on changing. And definitely that gives you real benefit. So in fact, when I got a fracture 3 years back, exactly 1 month he put the plaster. The 31st day I removed, then I started walking, in fact, in the park like that. So you can see, whereas my daughter took months together, still she is having side effect, etc. They say. So I am certain it works. In water, with bubbles, all such things. Nature, as you, of course, in US and all that, all weather you cannot do. So now the technology has come. Definitely, it is going to do wonders. We should not have any doubt on that. Instead of experimenting all medications, chemicals, this definitely all can do it. Thank you, Gaurav, for bringing again and again new technology to all of us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for your sharing a point regarding this. Like if when people go on a beach, again, take your chappals or slippers off. Now you have a combination of sand and water both together. You are in touch with both. So that is another time that don't think, the water is clean or not. Don't worry, you can wash it later. But first, that is an opportunity to get in touch under natural situation. So somebody had asked about the brands. I've given you the website. You can look there. And for sure, if you go on Amazon or whatever, you will get instantly. You just say earthing mat, you will see.
Yeah, this is Swarna. Thank you very much, Gaurav sir. It's awesome information, and I learned new thing using this mat, inside the house. So it's very beneficial who cannot get out, and especially maybe older people.
Yes.
And is that the root chakra meditation also does grounding, right, sir? So is that the it is also like addition to that grounding using mats, right?
See, here when we are saying grounding, what I'm referring to the interaction where you get with Mother Nature, which is Earth, and you have this electron or ion exchange process. And I think, again, this is as per only my understanding. When we are talking about chakra, so that is grounding means it is like we say from the nature, from that perspective that we are getting grounded means we'll get calm, we'll get more along with the nature or universe or lifestyle that way. May not be from electron side, but this one is purely real, like earthing or grounding. So slight difference maybe, but yes, it helps in calming down part, yes.
Okay, yeah. Even in root chakra meditation, people do suggest to have a nature walk. So I think it's just additional benefit, I believe. So
Sure.
yeah, this one is like anybody, even who doesn't know meditation, who doesn't do the chakra meditation specific. It's for general
Exactly.
to everyone, I think. Yeah.
Exactly, because you don't need to know nothing. I mean, just walk.
Exactly.
Correct,
whether exactly.
Craft, whether it is some beach, sand, anywhere where you can walk, take advantage.
Right. Yeah. Even whenever you are like, you're feeling like stress or like fearful situations, or, you have low energies. I think when you are outside in the nature, and especially you walk on the grass and in the forest, it really, I think the nature takes all those negative energies and give us the pure oxygen, I believe.
Absolutely. And see, again, you can, the offer buy one, get one free. You can even do that. You go there, if you are in the nature, if you know the tree hugging, again, very simple thing,
Yeah.
no technique in it, just go and hug a tree. Again, you will gain more energy. So you are in nature, you are bare feet, so you are getting the grounding effect, and hug a tree, you will get more benefit. So
more love.
Yeah, every day you may do slightly different thing which will excite you, not like just every day same work pattern.
It's not buy one, get one. It is buy one, get four free, actually.
Many, get
5
many.
elements, all the 5 you get.
Exactly,
Exactly.
yeah. True, true, sir.
And
Yeah.
one more thing is, Swarna was asking, grounding, my understanding, see, when you do meditation, chakra, etc., see, the body is made up of 5 elements. So their grounding, what you talk about, as Gaurav was telling similarly, it is a balancing of 5 elements within the body physical level. But when you go to nature, you are really getting physical touch. So that is definitely different. It is more beneficial. And of course, anybody can do it. You don't have to close your eyes, sit and all that. Just go to nature. Very easily available. Everything is free. Space,
Yeah,
air,
and direct,
water. Yeah.
direct benefit, I think,
Yes,
not
yes.
like
Stand in the
you
sun,
visualize and all those
stand
things.
on the floor, earth. And when it rains, stand in the rain. All those I have experimented, and definitely it will rejuvenate. Total grounding, not only grounding, all the 5 elements, you get the benefit. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Gaurav, sir, and permission, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, Gaurav sir. As usual, wonderful session. You're not only our wisdom guru, but our technology guru too, right? Sharing this math and other things. I have also. It's been a year, more than a year since I started. But in the beginning, when I was doing meditation, there was a time when I was getting maybe, after doing meditation, headaches and fearfulness. And I was suggested to do this earthing. And like Swarna ma'am said, root chakra meditation and earthing together. So that's when I started walking around in my backyard barefoot. For some reason, I don't know, with aging, or we have this wooden floor, and my feet used to hurt more. And I got used to slippers in India, and other times I used to not use slippers. But now I got used to slippers and I couldn't walk on barefoot. But after doing this, I have stopped using slippers. I enjoy walking on my feet. I feel a lot better. Like you said, they get dirty, but I wash them off, while gardening or whatever it is. It is better than getting my shoes dirty, actually. It's easier to wash off my feet. And definitely, before I used to only water the plants and let the gardener put the plants or do something. But now I started, actually digging and putting plants. It really, I can connect with the plant, the fragrance of the flower. When you're closer to it, you actually can smell even the leaves of. So there's a lot of benefit. And you mentioned tree hugging. Not hugging, but I definitely touch the tree. There's so much of energy in the tree. I think we have huge trees in the backyard. I go touch and I get a lot of energy. And other than that, even water, like we have a pond, and watching the water also gives a lot of energy. I was sitting near one lake and I could feel, as the waves and the energy, some oneness, even when I do walking without the shoes, that oneness is there, because I feel that energy and the energy inside me is the same, just flowing through me through that. It was easier to connect, and definitely those things. And the other thing you mentioned about inflammation, surprisingly, just the other day in, I think, the BEAM team, I was listening, another master, Vijay sir, was talking about inflammation, transmission, no, some gene factors. And he was saying how stress causes, inflammation. And more than earthing, he was talking about meditation kind of decreases this inflammation. So thank you. Very useful information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vindhya-ji. And you touched a very good point about touching the trees. And like, even if certain times, if you're in high-rise apartment kind of lifestyle, people may not have that advantage or option, but most of the people do have some indoor plants. So I would suggest to all masters, even when you touch those indoor plants, like talk to them as if they are, like babies, or if they are part of the family. And that itself brings a lot of positive energy in the house. Don't think they are just there and you have to just give water. Interact like like a life, like a living thing, and just feel them, touch them, just like you sometime clean whatever other things you have in the house, and that will give a lot of the energy exchange between them and you as well. So yeah, good that you brought that point, India.
Even mud pack, we can do on the eyes and on the navel. We can practice once in a way. Mud pack on a cotton cloth, wet cloth, above that nice mud. You can make a paste and keep it, and you can feel the difference. All your digestive system, everything will get set. Just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you can lie down and keep on the navel, also on the eyes closing, you can lie down. You can see wonderful benefit will be there. Another is take, yeah, yes, sir.
Any
Please.
specific or any mud?
Yeah, soft mud.
Soft.
That's all.
That's all. Okay.
Yeah, soil. That's all. Soft soil. That's all. In fact, naturopathy, they treat like that. So in this whole body, you can do that. In fact, you whole body you have to apply there the same. Then you have to stand in the sun, allow it to dry completely. So it starts falling like that. Till then, you have to be in the hot sun. Whether it is 12 o'clock, whatever it is, should not bother. So you can see the wonderful result. The whole your skin you should see after that. In fact, once in a month or once in few months, if you do in summer, definitely you can do it. So naturopathy wherever available. When you get that, even if hospital is not there, naturopathy, we can do ourselves if we have no major issues, actually. It's all wonderful thing. Another thing is the plantain, banana, plantain leaves. You can completely cover and lie in the sun, exposed to the sunlight, hot. After applying oil, full body you put oil, then cover with the banana leaves, whole body including face. Lie down if you have terrace or wherever possible, without practically no cloth minimum. Cover with plantain leaves and let the body sweat. So the complete sweating, decluttering inside will happen complete. So many with the nature. I have also experimented many times. It's a wonderful result without any side effect, only effect.
Exactly.
That's the beauty. Yes. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Thank you.
And some people will say, if you believe in naturopathy, so what I would say is, if you believe, it is wonderful. If you don't believe, still it will work. That is certain.
True.
Doubting Thomases are always there, that's all mind. That's why we are sitting here to remove that. Everything starts from mind, thought, single.
Correct. Correct.
It's all really wonderful.
Thank you. Raviji.
Yeah.
It seems you are coming out of a pyramid or something.
I'm in the dark, so I just to focus on the pyramid, not on my face, please. Thank you, Gaurav sir. Again, it's a beautiful session. It's kind of a boomerang for me. So I grew up on the countryside. We barely used to have slippers or anything. We used to walk on the earth, and we used to play in the mud and all that kind of stuff. First few years of my life, and then moved to the jungle, meaning concrete cities. And then using all these slippers and shoes and whatnot, right? You barely see any grass and things like that. Now, again, at least in the US, now the grass is there because of the, ignorance and fanciness or whatever you call it. Never stepped out. I did after, we should get get our feet on the earth. I did a couple of times, but now I'm itching. I don't know, 8:30 is a bit cold. I want to get out and step on my grass and walk. It's a beautiful thing. And again, we have a lot of $0 techniques here, and you just go out and enjoy the nature and reap all the benefits that the nature is going to offer. Thank you very much for a beautiful and simplified session. Thank you, Parameswaran sir. Nice to see you again.
Welcome.
I got to try that, what do you call, banana leaf therapy in Kerala. I want to come to Kerala and do that.
Yeah, you have not only in Kerala, even Bangalore you have. There are naturopathy hospitals, you can do it.
Yes, yes.
Anywhere, whichever you are, even Hyderabad, it may be there if you are going there. So you don't have to say no time. So make available
No,
time.
I am going to Hyderabad, sir. I'll find out. Yeah.
That's what I'm
Next
telling.
month I will be
There is a
yes.
Gandhi ashram or something, naturopathy hospital is there somewhere in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Some Mahatma Gandhi, some name you check. You'll get there. Definitely, you can ask specifically for this.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
That chlorophyll will come to us, when you cover with the leaves. That's why that chlorophyll, you get that benefit. That's why.
Yes,
you put full oil, then cover full leaves, whole body, lie down, get the sunlight hot, and let the body perspire completely. All toxins will go away. Then don't use the soap, simply take shower. That if you have falls somewhere nearby, still good, forcefully.
Okay.
Waterfalls. Just stand there, don't use soap. Immediately. You see. Like that, so many things you can experiment. Little things count.
Yeah, so it seems like so simple, but we people, I shouldn't talk about it. Myself has plenty of inflammation inside. I'm itching to get it down. I don't know, how do we measure this inflammation thing, Gaurav sir? Is there something that we can test to see if the inflammation is going down by walking on the ground?
See, very simple, Raviji. Take it as given that you have inflammation.
Oh, just believe it.
Believe it, because we all have. The way the lifestyle and everything is, there is no way that we will not have.
Right.
So rather than spending time in arguing, I would say let's spend time in walking.
Accept and surrender.
Exactly.
All right.
So that's it.
It will clear up everything, because it does by itself. So then why to give money to a specialist or doctor to measure when we know it will happen for sure?
Right. Sorry.
That's what I mean.
That's good.
And if in case someone has some kind of, old chronic, sometimes some accident or something happens and you have pain, you will feel it.
Oh, okay.
You will feel the difference. And if there is nothing, in general, your energy and the flexibility in the body, you will see.
Oh.
Like small things. Sometimes you feel cracking, in your shoulders, knees. So nothing major, but you just feel little discomfort. That will go away. It will go away. So you know that some positivity is coming. Now, it may go away from meditation, but let's not worry who did it, whether meditation or walking. Do both.
Right. It's a benefit either way.
Exactly. Let's take it. But important thing is, this is permanent requirement.
Yeah.
It's not that I do for a week, I feel the difference and I stop. Then it will come back. Because when we walk, the ion exchange is happening with Earth. And in our day-to-day life, we are getting the positive charge. That means it's like rechargeable battery.
Right.
Not for life. After a while, you need to recharge. So that's what I would suggest to all masters. Just introduce in your lifestyle. If not daily, make it 5 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever works, and then increase slowly.
Everything we do in spirituality needs to be journey, sir. There is no destination here. Everything is a journey.
True.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Raviji. Sriniji?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing once again an interesting topic, which we all know, but we rarely practice that. Thanks for reiterating the concept. Ravi, to answer your question, inflammation is the systemic body response to any foreign organism that enters into the body, and it manifests in several ways. It manifests in redness, it manifests in fever. So we all consider inflammation as infection, but inflammation is the body response to an infection. So when we have an infection in the body, we get inflammation, and it is manifested in the way of fever or redness or some kind of pain. Or there are 5 attributes for the inflammation. So we all have some or other foreign organisms in our body, either by food or by breath or whatever it is. So we have all some kind of inflammation prevailing onto the body at any point of time. Only thing is our body immune system suppresses all the time also, and when it is not able to, you get any of the symptoms of the inflammation.
Very well said, Srinaji. Very well.
Thank you, sir.
I think, okay, let me stay corrected. I think everybody has inflammation. High inflammation is not a good thing, I guess, Srini sir. I think that is what we need to correct by walking on the grass. What do you say about it? So everybody has inflammation, but I think some people have a high inflammation that may result in some kind of a chronic illness.
Just no, Gaurav sir mentioned it doesn't matter whether it is high or low inflammation.
No. But what he's saying is inflammation is required for everyone as a body response. I thought that's what I understood from what Srini sir said. I don't know. Anyway, but I know that I have high inflammation, so I want to reduce it by walking. So I'm set. Okay, thank you.
Okay, masters, anyone wants to ask a question? Yes, Ravi.
Sorry, my bad. I want to lower the hand. Did I raise it? Okay, sorry.
More inflated.
Yes, I got already high inflammation. Sorry.
Yeah, Vindhya ma'am.
Yes, I just wanted to add one more thing about this thing. I think Ravali ma'am had mentioned some video earlier by Zac Efron, Down to Earth or something like that. I was watching it on the plane when I was coming back from India, and he had one of the guests on the show had mentioned they had gone to like France from US or something, and then as soon as they go, he tells him to stop the car on the side, and he just gets out and runs barefoot on the grass. And he tells him to do. He says this actually allows your body's circadian cycle to match the one in that place and reduces jet lag. And when I heard that, I was just coming back from India. So what I did after I came back, I did the same thing. I took out my feet, went into my backyard. I don't know if that did it, but my jet lag, I hardly felt. Usually for days I feel. So maybe, it helped. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, if we also observe in our villages, most of the people, they walk barefoot for their lifetime, and their life is so good because they are not having that many illnesses. They don't go that many times to the hospitals and all of that stuff, because if you can watch, if you can see, yeah, that's what I'm just thinking. So from the villages.
No, that is
That's
absolutely
correct.
right.
I'm a villager by birth. So first 10 years of my life, I probably, I don't remember. I had a pair of chappals or not, maybe one pair at the most, if I had any. So always walking on barefoot, even to the school in a hot summer in 110 degrees in the area of Vijayawada, on the concrete roads and things like that. So I'm not sure what happened after that, but that's true. Most of the villages were, not using any kind of thing on their feet, always walking barefoot, working in the fields, having so much interaction with the Mother Earth.
True.
Yeah, Chris sir, you're unmuted.
Hello, everybody. I feel that whichever way we connect to the nature, whether you do the gardening, whether you walk on the beach or we walk on the backyard, or you be with your pet, all these things really help you grounded, mentally and in physically, through it. It helps to calm down your mind, and then so the anxiety will come down. So that will also, help inflammation and other things. Blood pressure comes down. The reason, my personal experience, for several years, I used to do the gardening, even in US, and never used to use the gloves. The earth goes into the fingers and all those things, and wash it, clean it, and all those things. But after doing the gardening and walking on the backyard, things used to be a lot more less stressful than skip that 1 hour in the evening and then go straight, to shower and come from home or come from office and go to shower and then eat, lie down. That is a lot more stressful those days when compared to, you go out, spend a half an hour, 1 hour. I feel that either way we connected. You take your pet for a walk, you be in the backyard, just walking, or do the gardening. All these things really help in many ways for an individual. That's my personal experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chrisji. That was great sharing.
Yeah.
Here, I would like to add one more thing. Now, Chris was talking. Now, I remembered one. Some of you would have heard about Dr. Swaminathan, who was well known for Green Revolution in India. He was a medical doctor. He was feeling depressed, and he consulted a psychiatrist. Normal medical doctor he was. Okay, allopathy. Then he said, you just take leave from your work, just stay in your house for 2-3 weeks at least, and just, as he said, attend to your gardening at home. He started like that, nurturing, just walking within, watering, cleaning, like that. And he stopped his medical practice. He was the person who made a green revolution in India, actually, at that time. It's a real case. So he stopped, he became a specialist in agriculture, actually. So your life can change like that when you are with nature. So it is definitely possible. M.S. Swaminathan, I think, if I remember right. I am not sure whether he's alive. I heard this story from my Guruji 2-3 decades back. But his name is famous here in India. Right.
Excellent.
Yeah, maybe we can actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Srini sir.
Yeah, his name is MS Swaminathan only, sir.
Yeah.
His daughter is Soumya, the chief scientist of WHO during the COVID time.
Right. Okay. I don't know whether he is still alive. I'm not sure.
He's not alive.
Yeah. Because when I heard about his story, he was alive at that time. So he changed not only his, but also the country got the benefits. When Europe or New Zealand and all that green revolution at that time was going on, in fact, agricultural, that technology, they are changing so many things, going on.
Jagriti ma'am, you raised your hand.
At one point
Yes,
of time,
sir.
we used to have so much starvation and famine in India. We used to import wheat from US.
Yeah.
That was the time Swaminathan brought in this green revolution, and today we are excess food grains, and we have almost 200 to 250 million tons buffer food grains in India, thanks to him.
Even we have exported now, started, reversed from famine to richness.
Divine morning to all divine souls. Sir, I'm too glad to know that Parmeshwaram sir told about a doctor, allopathic doctor, how he changed his life. Sir, I too am trying to follow the same footsteps. I have done my MBBS, but since lockdown, I have learned and am still continuing learning many other healing modalities like spiritual tablets, Reiki, Lama Fera. I'm doing Lama Fera Grandmaster level. I too was in a phase of depression, sir. I used to cry whole day, but I was not confident about the step which I have taken, leaving the allopathy and shifting to the other healing modalities. But the doctor you were telling now, how he overcame his depression and changed his life. Thank you so much. So I too wanted to share something about myself, that it really brings a lot of change if we do things which we like, which we love to do. So without any medicine, I've healed my depression and loneliness. Maximum benefit which I've achieved from spiritual tablets and the other healing modalities, and now I'm perfectly all right. And thank you, Parmeshwaram sir, for increasing my confidence to continue on this, which makes us feel good and happy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Parmeshwaram.
Very nice.
Okay.
Again, I would give one small piece of, I can say, advice to you. There may be so many others doing Reiki, pranic healing and all that. I have also done all those things. But like spiritual tablets, meditation, all these are okay. Some masters, what they say is better not to go for Reiki and pranic healing for others, doing for others.
So for self, sir.
Discuss
So
personally, but yeah.
Yes.
For self,
I'm
it's
doing all
okay.
this. Yes.
Yeah, for healing others, etc., it's better. And of course, Gaurav can talk better. That interference of karma and all, so many things are involved there.
Yes, sir. Yes, I too have heard all this, but I'm not healing. I'm not done to heal anybody else.
Yeah.
But I have benefited a lot after learning this, and I'm implementing it only for myself, sir. And experienced lots of changes, sir. My life has changed drastically, and I'm really feeling very happy and healed, sir.
In meditation, we find, it is like Supreme Court. All other healing models are high court. And some are only in the lower court position. That's all. So once you have the Supreme Court order, that is meditation with knowledge, wisdom. Then
Yes, sir,
nothing
definitely.
is. This is how I take it. That's how I am progressing. Just my personal life, I'm just sharing. So, yes, thank you. So this is how we have to
Thank you
share.
very much,
Sharing
sir.
is caring. But when we say practically, now people get convinced. Otherwise, changing, we cannot change anybody, but the mindset can be changed. Then all other things can happen by listening only. That's why I keep talking when opportunity comes like this, definitely. That's all. Little bit, a small thing is sufficient. Like this experience. Thank you, dear Jagrati.
Okay, and Gaurav sir, if we don't have any other hand raises, maybe we can go for a good half an hour meditation because of the Buddha Purnima, and it is coming, and it is very close to the full moons and all that stuff. So it's going to have a lot of good energies. So let us meditate. Maybe we may have a good chance for today. Maybe we can do 30 minutes.
Okay. So masters, let's get ready for meditation. So sit in a comfortable posture. We will close our eyes. And first we'll slow down our breathing. So take 7 deep breaths. If you know Anulom Vilom, you can do that. Otherwise, 7 deep breaths. As comfortable to you, slow exhale and slow inhale. 7 times so that our brainwave slows down. And this helps in getting into deep meditation. Masters, start breathing normally. Let's relax our body now. So relax your facial muscles, your cheeks, and maintain a gentle smile on your face, which will relax your vagus nerve. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back and keep your spine straight. Relax your hands, your legs, and keep them in cross posture. Now, your mind is relaxed. Your body is relaxed. Let's place our affirmation into our subconscious mind before we enter into meditation. For 1 minute, feel as if your affirmations have come true. Feel the emotion, how you would feel when your affirmations have come true. So for 1 minute, Feel the feelings, feel the emotions. Now, let's get into deep meditation, masters. No more thoughts, no emotions, no feelings. Please start observing your breath. Your body is relaxed, your mind is relaxed. Your subconscious mind knows about your affirmation. So start observing your breath and feel your breath as you inhale and as you exhale. Maintain normal, natural, soft breath. Keep observing. You may get stuck with any thoughts. That's okay, don't worry. Don't fight with your thoughts. Just let it go and come back to your breath. Keep observing your breath, and your thoughts will just fly away. As slowly and slowly you don't pay any attention to your thoughts, the frequency of thoughts will slow down. You will have less and less thoughts troubling you during meditation. With every breath you take, you inhale lots of cosmic energy. And with every exhale, we let go a lot of toxins from our body.
Yeah, good morning, Daniel. లేదు మెడిటేషన్ లా సైలెంట్ లో పెట్టి అయిపోయింది.
Dear Masters, let's rub our palms together. Place the fingers on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes and come back to your normal self. Come back to your normal environment.
Beautiful, Gaurav sir. Thank you.
Thank you.